Hello, everyone. Welcome back to another special Cozy Den reading today, as we are once again joined by Big Sis Ada Grimthorn. And we are continuing with the tales of Professor Y and their assistant. Probably his assistant, knowing the Dwemer and how they were written, but we're guessing and we're improvising. Yeah, so today we are exploring the secret tale of Professor Y. So grab yourselves a tankard of mead and pull up a bench by the fire. And don't forget to like and subscribe if you enjoy these videos, as it really helps to support our channel. And do go show Big Sis some love as well while you're at it. But now, first volume, The Grey Fruit. What do you think of the dragon man's corpse we excavated in Atmora?
All I can think of is that it's a spliced up corpse.
You are correct about the splicing. But if I told you that this was done before death and not after?
How could anyone do such a horrible thing?
But I think it's wonderful. It means that long ago, there were people with similar goals to ours. We can learn a lot from their mistakes. The secrets of the dragons should be an excellent guide for us to explore the depths of the world.
But who were the blasphemers who did this?
In Atmora, there used to be a magical society called the Owls. That Dragonman's corpse could be the work of one of those owls. Orlando the Grey, to be more precise. The corpse fits what he was studying at the time.
Orlando? Do you mean Orlando the Knowledgeable?
Well, it seems you've already met him. When did this happen?
When I was still a student, I was in a tavern, wondering which laboratory to join. He recommended me yours.
I see. So this is all going according to their plan. But don't be afraid. There will always be an opportunity to outsmart them.
When will that be?
When the fruit ripens, the one standing on the blue star will receive true freedom. And now volume 2, The Seed.
Is this giant sphere the egg Jabal was talking about? Looking at it makes me feel strangely nostalgic, as if I should be familiar with it.
No, this is not the egg. It's a ship. A living ship of all things. This must be the true identity of the round cat, the Khajiit of Anaquina once named Jabal.
Well, it's round, that's for sure. But where are the remains of Jabal then?
It's this ship's terminal. The reason why we feel so familiar with this ship is that we fed on the blood and flesh of its terminal. We've been assimilated and integrated into its network.
Then is this Jabal's main body?
No, no, only a part of it. But it's not exactly appropriate to call it the main body. Jabal is not a specific person with merely one body. It's a mental entity. Most of it was trapped in oblivion because of the sacrifice of the king of Anaquina. But a small part of it remains with us, and it's whispering, waiting to be released.
No wonder we can't sleep anymore. Can we extract any information from this shell? I wonder at the theories of the unknown that could be hidden within it.
It seems someone already beat us to it, unfortunately. Music of Apocrypha is echoing inside. It would be impossible to observe most of the information still left on the ship, even if we could neutralize it.
Judging by the decay of the music, the ship must have been entered as soon as it crashed into Aniquina.
Your observation is correct. The catastrophe that occurred in Anaquina was caused by that crash. Any organs that could have been used for communication were carefully destroyed. And this is where Jabal's madness began.
Do you think Jabal was capable of remote communication like we Dwemer? Is it possible that another Dwemer clan could have built it?
I already told you this was a living ship. Building living ships is not a Dwemer hobby. Now then, when I examined the build and structure of this ship, I found something very interesting. Do you know what?
Don't act like this, just tell me.
The structure of internal organs and fluids matches that of an Argonian. The outer shell of the ship also corresponds to the bones and scales of an Argonian. Judging by this, we can already tell who, or rather what, built this ship, can't we?
The heist. There's no other explanation.
And then we have volume 3, The Tones. Strange. I can still sense the distinctive tones of a Dunmer inside the ship.
A Dunmer? Was one of them on the ship?
There are traces of virtual personality being transcribed to the brain organ of the ship. The Argonian's consciousness, which was the original body and mind of the ship, was deliberately erased and overwritten.
So you're saying that the origin of Jabal is not the heist?
No, it was more likely the heist who built the ship and gave it its original personality. However, this transcribed personality did not originate from the heist. But why? I don't understand the heist's intentions.
Professor, there's a white worm-like substance sticking to what may be the brainstem What is this?
This looks like another variant of Argonian. Its limbs look like roots. Only the tomes of the heist remain inside. Was it a parasite? Did it try to take over the ship?
If this is true, and this worm was trying to take over the ship's control, then what's the purpose of the Dunmers transferred into its brain? The heist is acting erratically, isn't it? I really don't understand.
As a result of all this, 2 minds were living on this ship. It's as if they were rushed into this. Was the heist impatient with something? Just like you when the deadline for your research report approaches.
Oh, don't make fun of me, please. This has to be a joke. Why would a tree care about time? Well, perhaps. Maybe the heist who built the ship was faced with some kind of imminent threat.
I suppose. What we know so far is that the ship had 2 occupants, one of Heist and the other of the Dunmer race. And both of them were mental entities. Also, both of them have left the ship since the crash.
Which of the 2 mental entities is Jabal?
Discussing that may be pointless. It could be either of them, it could be neither. The great cat, a roly-poly, Jabal. All of these are just different names for the same entity. And they are all just a result of how the cats of Anaquina interpreted this series of events at the time. As our interpretations? As are our interpretations? All we can do is apply our own knowledge and concepts to these outlandish events. The truth may never be found, not even by the forces of Apocrypha.
Be that as it may, I would at least like to know which of the mental entities was in the body we ate.
They say the heartbroken king of Anaquina often dreamt of the great trees. But we dream of a brass giant towering over the world that became nothing but a wasteland. Perhaps it was the Dunmer.
Ah, no wonder Sujama tastes so good.
Oh, well, so it's certainly an interesting twist of the tale. Okay.
Indeed.
Well, let's continue with Volume 4, The Statue of Azura.
That's a big statue of Azura. Chima made? Or is it Dunmer now? Why would they put so much effort into something so useless?
There's no need to waste our time laughing at them. We simply went our different paths.
That is true, I suppose. That said, can we conclude this place was pulled from Resdane?
No. No, the soil around the statue was from Skyrim, not Resdane. There was a pale corpse nearby. What did you find out?
It was a Dunmar woman. She had a diary, but it was too withered and nearly unreadable. I can only make out the date, and even that's barely.
The fourth era. This is a good sign. It's almost here now.
Fishing for leftovers doesn't sound right, especially only on the basis of the myth about Alduin the World Eater. Can we truly expect that to happen?
Time here is not linear. Sometimes we get closer, sometimes we move away again. Nothing is certain.
Professor, I'm worried. Can we really leave this place?
Be strong. There is no fixed fate in this place. This is why that Daedra gambles on it. We must do so as well.
What are you staking your bet on?
Lorcan's shattered dream, the whole reason for mortality. A mortal becoming godhead of their own.
Hmm.
Yes, and now Volume 5, The Transference.
I never thought Azura would be willing to deal with the Dwemer like us.
She's vain, not stupid. She must have been interested in what lurks within us. Whatever the reason, it solved the problem we had and got us out of that unfortunate situation.
No, it didn't. While we were being transferred to Oblivion, the Eastern Entertainment District was destroyed and filled with a forest. I suppose all this was too much for the city to handle.
Perhaps the magic released by the Alessian Order interfered, and there was not enough magicka left for the transfer. This is why magic that bets only on appearances shouldn't be trusted.
It's still better than failing and having the whole city razed to the ground. But we were supposed to be transferred to Moonshadow. Where are we? Blackwater is flooding everything. Lower parts of the city sank in the blink of an eye.
I don't know. But I heard the tones of Apocrypha coming from the underground during the transference. They must have been hiding in the sewers.
And they must have changed the course of this incomprehensible place. Is this what they wanted? Did Azura know this would happen all along?
She presides over destiny and prophecy. She would not have made a mistake in her foretelling. There are remains of her winged twilights strewn about the sewers. She was actively trying to fulfill her prophecy.
So the tide has turned then.
It was changed long ago. Repeated minimal interferences, hidden in the larger flow. This millennia-old current created by the forces of Apocrypha cannot be altered with small changes anymore.
So we can only resign to be swept along?
We've already transmitted our knowledge and technology to the other Dwemer facilities before this transfer. The seeds have been planted.
So now we must wait and wait and wait for hundreds, maybe thousands of years.
There is no other way to change the flow. Now for volume 6, Black Waters.
That black water that sprang up in the forest, is this the plague of Larza that got passed onto the northern nomads?
It must be. If the myths are true, then this forest is the Garden of Kine.
But how could have Larza, just an ordinary shepherd, done all this?
He made it possible. The owls, or the forces of Apocrypha, are forbidden from doing anything themselves. But it's not difficult to tamper with mortals. Larza must have been a medium for a time-related magic.
If we base this knowledge on myths, does this black water come from vampire blood then?
That water eats away at the souls of any who touch it and devours them, devours their time. Even if one were to use the curse of Molag Bal, it would be impossible to recreate this.
The mystery deepens. Where did it come from then? And can we simply leave it like that?
This black water is inert. As long as it takes longer to consume materia than it would have usually, it does no significant harm. But we can see what happens if one comes into contact with it when it's in an active state. Just observe that dragon. In my opinion, this water is Alduin's blood, or Alkan's, one of his forms.
Are you saying Alduin shared his blood with Larza?
No, of course not. Larza must have simply opened the way to Alduin. Judging by the state of Larza's body and the great hole in Hinnom, a deep wound was made in space and time. Alduin's blood must have flown through it. However, Alduin himself was not able to come through. Whatever the time and place, he must have been wounded so deeply that he could no longer respond.
I don't think anything could have possibly wounded Alduin that deeply.
This is beyond our knowledge. However, there may be someone so powerful in the future that they'll be able to defeat even Alduin. And as such, this event will be sung about and repeated in stories.
If so, this is the confluence the forces of Apocrypha are aiming for.
Well, revelations there. And finally, we have volume 7, Hammer. Hammer?
Tamar? I
We'll
don't
see.
know. Professor, can I ask you about the Nord woman you captured in Skyrim? Hammer? Hammer?
Did she look like a Nord to you? I saw traces of the now extinct snow elves in her.
Are you saying she's part Nord, part snow elf? That's horrible.
Her body may be that of a Nord, but her soul belongs to one of the subjects of an experiment I once conducted in Arkenthans. She told me she hated me the moment she saw my face.
Was that the experiment to investigate the cause of the snow elves' blindness? I remember it was stopped by the higher-ups, and we were supposed to dispose of all the snow elves used in it.
Yes, but I heard that the snow elves were not incinerated. Instead, they were dumped into the sewers.
Those apprentices would do anything to save some money, wouldn't they?
Be that as it may, the surviving snow elves were protected by Anem, a need sorcerer.
And Nem the Rebirther? I've only heard rumours of her, but they say she's skilled in the magic of body, mind, and soul.
Anem rebirthed Hamar as a Nord on the outside. She then travelled across Skyrim and was welcomed into Vardinholt at the end of her journey.
Isn't that the forest where priestesses who worship Kine and swear themselves to purity gather? I heard they worshipped some kind of strange stone there.
Hamar says she stole the stone and used it in some kind of ritual.
She says she hates you, and then she's so surprisingly honest with you. No matter, where's the stone now?
No one lies when faced with pain. But she won't tell me where the stone is.
So, what are you going to do with her then?
That stone doesn't interest me that much. And I've already heard all I needed to from her. Still, she's a rare thing. I'll keep her as a specimen of ancient need magic.
I don't understand your taste, Professor.
Oh, and there we have it, guys. That's the secret tale of Professor Y. Many volumes there. Basta, I do hope you have all enjoyed this one. And again, thank you, Aira, for coming and reading this one with me today.
Well, thank you for having me. I've very much enjoyed it.
I'm glad to hear it. So, again, if you didn't at this from the prompt at the start, please do so now, guys. Go show Aira some love. And if you have any requests or ideas for things you would like us to read next, let me know in the comments below. But that will be everything for today now, everyone. So until next time, stay cozy.